Hey everybody, it's Mr. Carr again. Today we're going to be talking about 3.4, compositions with dilations. So if you remember from before in our last unit, compositions. This is two or more transformations. Okay, so that means what we're looking for is two or more transformations. We are now going to combine our dilations with our things like translations, rotations, and reflections. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here. Example 1. Reflect over the line x equals -1. As a reminder for reflections, I'm going to start with x equals -1 is my vertical line at -1. I want to reflect over that. So every point, so C is 1 away, C prime is 1 away. B is 2 away, so that means B prime is 2 away. And then A is, let's see here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away from that line. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away for A prime. All right, so that's our there. The next step is to dilate by a factor of 1/2, center at the origin. I'm going to write my points down because that's going to be a lot easier to do this problem once I have my points in. So we have here our starting points for ABC. When I did my reflection, let's see here, C prime went to 0, 1. B prime, let's see here, Y stayed the same. B went to a +1, B prime I should say. And then A prime, it's going up to 1 in the Y direction. It's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I wanted to dilate by a factor of 1/2, to get from the prime to the double prime, everything is multiplied by 1/2. That's it. So when I look down here, I'm going to take 5 times 1/2 is 5/2. And then 1 times 1/2 is 1/2. B double prime, we got 1 times 1/2 is 1/2. 4 times 1/2 is 2. And then C double prime, 0 times 1/2 is 0. And 1 times 1/2 is 1/2. I'm just going to estimate these. But we look at these for the double primes. I'm going to have, let's do a different color just so it sticks out a little bit. Here's 0, 1/2. B prime is going to be 1/2 and 2, so that's 1, 2. Here's B prime. Sorry, B double prime. C double prime, B double prime, and then A double prime is at 5/2 and 1/2. So that is the same as doing 2.5. So 1, 2.5, 1/2 right here. Okay. So that is what we're looking at for our compositions. That's it. All it is we're doing multiple transformations, but one of the transformations is a dilation. And maybe I do a dilation first, like this one. Okay. So what I have here is the endpoints of CD are at -2, 3. So -2, 1, 2, 3, and 0, -2. Okay. Graph the image of CD after the composition. So dilate by a scale factor of 3 centered at the origin. And again, doing this means I'm just multiplying everything by 3. So this gets multiplied by 3 and that gets multiplied by 3. So if I take -2 times 3, that is going to give me -6. 3 times 3 is 9. For D prime, I got 0 times 3 is 0. -2 times 3 is a -6. So let me plot these points. We got, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's C prime. Okay, D prime is at 0, -6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I just taken that line segment and blew it up by a factor of 3. Rotate 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. All right. So if I want to do a 90-degree clockwise rotation, I'm going to go ahead and find my reference for how do I do my clockwise rotations here. Okay. So let me just pause that real quick so I can find that. Okay. I had to look it up real quick. So 90 degrees clockwise was AB turns into B -A. So what that means, to turn C prime into C double prime, I'm switching b to the front, so that's going to be a 9. Take the opposite of that x value to be a positive 6, and that comes in the new y value. D double prime, I'm going to move it negative 6 is going to move to the front, and I'm going to put 0 in the back, and it doesn't matter because 0 opposite of 0 is just 0. All right, so C double prime, I'm going to do this in a different color. Let's do orange. Got 9, 6 for C double prime. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's C double prime. And then D double prime is at negative 6, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now remember how these all moved. They were at 90 degrees clockwise. Clockwise means it's going in this direction. So you can see here, that one goes 90 degrees. Okay, this one goes 90 degrees there. That's what's happening with those there. All right, so that's it for performing my compositions. Just dilation is going to be one of them. Everything else is what we've done in Unit 2. So make sure if you need to review that, please go back and review Unit 2 a bit. Describe the composition. Describing these is just telling me the rules. So again, rotation, transformation 1, that is the, let's see here, pre to prime. Transformation 2 is going from prime to double prime. Okay, so if I look at this one, and I look at how does ABC turn into A prime, B prime, C prime, that's a translation. When I look at that, there's no rotation, there's no reflection. It's just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right and 1 up. And every single point's doing that. So A goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 up. All right, so that means a translation that's going 5 to the right, I'm adding 5 to X. And it's going up 1, so I'm going to add 1 to Y. From there, I want to write the second transformation. Well, I can see that it's a dilation. I can see it's an enlargement. When I describe a dilation, I need 2 things. I need the scale factor, and the center. Well, for our purposes, I'm going to tell you right now, every center is going to be at 0, 0. So you can just go off of that. So don't worry about being confused about where the center is. So we are just going to look at how do I get from prime to double prime. Well, I can see it's an enlargement. Oh, I also need to do that. I need scale factor, center. I need to say if it's an enlarge or reduction. Okay, so it's one of those 2, scale factor, center. Easiest way to do this is just compare a side length. So for example, B prime to C prime is 1, B double prime to C double prime is 2. That's it. I'm enlarging. Enlarging by a scale factor of 2 centered at the origin. So those are 3 things I need in these descriptions: enlarge, the scale factor, and the origin. Okay, so that's that's describing our full composition there. Started with a translation, ended with a enlargement. There's no you try now problems, but we will help go over these together and start getting reviewing. So let me know if you have any questions on these, but otherwise it's just a combination of things you've done before. Okay, and that is it for 3.4. So I'm going to say have a nice day.